Why most people fail this test? Staying calm is easy when nothing is at stake. Anyone can breathe slowly when no one is pushing them. Anyone can be regulated when they're alone in a quiet room. The real test shows up when someone wants something from you, when they push your buttons, question your integrity, misinterpret your words, raise their voice, withdraw to make you chase, demand reassurance, demand clarity, demand an answer right now. That's when calm stops being a concept and becomes a discipline. Because the moment someone can demand a reaction from you, they don't need authority over you. They already have it. This is not about communication. Most people misunderstand these moments. They think the problem is poor communication, different perspectives, emotional immaturity, not being heard. That's rarely what's happening. When someone demands a reaction, they're not asking for understanding. They're asking for movement inside your nervous system. They want to see, will you tense? Will you rush? Will you explain? Will you soften? Will you escalate? Will you collapse? Because once your internal state starts moving, the interaction stops being mutual. It becomes directional. This episode is about learning to stay intact. When pressure shows up, without shutting down, without appeasing, without becoming cold. Why people demand reactions. Deeper layer. People don't demand reactions randomly. They do it because reactions regulate them. There are three core drivers. 1. Dysregulation. They feel overwhelmed internally. Your reaction gives them relief. Your explanation calms them. Your anger matches them. Your reassurance stabilizes them. They don't know they're using you, but they are. 2. Control. Movement inside you restores predictability. If they know, accusation makes you defend. Silence makes you explain. Withdrawal makes you pursue. They feel safer. Control doesn't always look malicious. Sometimes it looks like anxiety. 3. Testing. People test boundaries somatically, not verbally. They don't ask, are you grounded? They push and see what happens. The exact moment you lose ground. There is always a moment before reaction, a fraction of a second where your chest tightens, your breath shortens, your jaw clenches, your thoughts accelerate. That moment is the fork in the road. If your body moves first, your words are already compromised. Most people don't notice this moment because they've been trained to override it. They move automatically and call it being authentic. It's not authentic. It's conditioning. Why explaining feels so necessary? Explaining feels like maturity. It feels calm. It feels reasonable. It feels adult. But under pressure, explanation is rarely about clarity. It's about relief. You explain to reduce tension, correct perception, reestablish safety, stop feeling misunderstood. Your nervous system believes, if they understand me, I'll be okay. So it pushes speech forward. And the system learns, explaining removes discomfort, which is why you keep doing it. The hidden cost of explaining. Every explanation given under pressure teaches three things. You need agreement to stay regulated. Your position is negotiable when tension appears. Others can move you by misunderstanding you. That's not authority. That's conditional stability. Strong people explain by choice, not because silence feels dangerous. Matching energy feels fair, but it fails. Matching energy feels justified. Someone raises their voice. You match it. Someone accuses. You defend. Someone withdraws. You pursue. It feels equal, but equality is not leadership. Whoever controls pace and intensity controls the interaction. When you match energy, you surrender the steering wheel. Calm doesn't mean disengaged. It means non-cooperation with chaos. Why calm often makes people escalate? This confuses people. They stay calm. and the other person gets worse, louder, sharper, more extreme. This isn't proof that calm is wrong. It's proof the old lever stopped working. Escalation is often a last attempt to regain control. If you react now, the lesson is reinforced. Escalation works. If you remain grounded, the system collapses. Staying calm is physical, not mental. You cannot think your way through pressure. When your nervous system is activated, your prefrontal cortex goes offline. That's why just be logical never works. Staying calm requires body discipline. Posture stays open. Breath slows, jaw unclenches, pace drops. Stillness communicates safety and authority without a single word. The urge to defend yourself. Defensiveness feels righteous. Your system hears, I'm being misjudged. This isn't fair. They don't see my intent. But defense accepts a dangerous premise that you are on trial. You're not required to prove yourself, to remain regulated. Silence here is not weakness. It's self-containment. Why silence feels like danger. Silence removes feedback, and without feedback, the nervous system imagines threat. So it fills the gap. Over-explaining, softening language, apologizing unnecessarily, reassuring repeatedly. But silence forces reality to reveal itself. And most of the time, nothing bad happens. Calm is not compliance. Staying calm does not mean agreeing, backing down, letting behavior continue forever. It means emotion doesn't choose timing. Response after regulation is infinitely stronger than reaction. How power shifts without words. When you don't react, the pace slows. Emotional pressure has nowhere to land. Responsibility returns to the sender. People feel this somatically. That's why manipulators hate calm. Why your calm gets attacked. When you stay regulated, people may accuse you of being cold, not caring, avoiding the issue, being passive-aggressive. These accusations are not assessments. They are attempts to provoke movement. The difference between boundaries and reactions. Reactions. Immediate, emotion-driven, relief-seeking. Boundaries, calm, repeated, boring. Boundaries don't need intensity, they need consistency. Why guilt shows up when you don't react. Guilt appears when you were trained to manage others' emotions. Calm was punished in the past. Compliance once meant safety. Guilt is not evidence of wrongdoing. It's evidence of rewiring. Staying present when they push harder. Here's the practice. When pressure increases, don't rush speech, don't change posture, don't fill silence. Most people reveal their intent when you simply wait. Words matter less than state. People don't respond to what you say, they respond to how grounded you are while saying it. A calm no outweighs a frantic explanation every time. Emotional contagion explained. Emotions spread through. Tone, pace, facial tension, breath rhythm. You don't block contagion with logic. You block it with grounding. When to speak. Speak when your breath is steady, your posture is neutral, you are choosing engagement. Don't speak when you feel urgency, you feel pulled, you feel cornered. Timing is power. How this builds self-trust rapidly. Each time you stay calm under pressure, your body records, I can survive this without reacting. That's self-trust, not belief. Evidence. How dynamics change over time. As you practice, people test less. Conversations shorten. Drama loses oxygen. Energy returns. Not because others changed, but because you stopped feeding the loop. This is not about winning. This isn't dominance, it's sovereignty. You're not controlling others. You're choosing not to be controlled. Why this feels lonely at first. When you stop reacting, some people lose interest, some escalate briefly, some disappear. This is not loss, it's clarification. Calm creates gravity. Grounded people don't chase, they don't persuade, they don't convince, they hold positions and others adjust. The daily practice. When emotion spikes, stay physically still. Slow the exhale. Delay response. Ask, what happens if I don't move? Most of the time, nothing breaks. The long-term result. Your life gets quieter, not empty, clear, less noise, less drama, less internal chaos, more direction, more choices, more self-respect. The core truth. When someone demands a reaction, they're asking you to abandon yourself so they can feel better. You don't owe anyone that. Calm is not avoidance. It is non-cooperation with emotional manipulation. And the more you practice it, the more unshakable you become. Thank you for watching. This is MindStickz.